Lots of hidden food gems litter the internet these days, and I found 3 places that are surely worth your cravings. It's another one of our fine food finds this week, so get ready because it's munch time! What's up and welcome to Lockdown Munchies, your guide to the yummiest goodies this side of the community quarantine. My name is Migs Torres, and once again I have scoured the wonderful World Wide Web for the most interesting and delicious meals you can get your hands on. Here are our fine food finds this week. Let's begin with some seafood. So while chilling and browsing, I came across Tsinoy, Taste of the Orient. They're a new food seller that's made up of displaced workers from a restaurant, and I checked them out and saw this, Singaporean Chili Crab. I love Singapore's food, and I'm really curious about this one because the chili crab over in Singapore has that wonderful juicy tanginess and also has that slight kick, but it's also sweet and lip-smacking good. Alright, it's time to try Tsinoy Singaporean Chili Crab. I suggest you guys also get these plastic gloves. So, let's start with the crab claw. Wow! That's juicy! That is so juicy. There's a nice kick of spice, of course. This is a good chili crab, guys. Ooh, there's a lot of crab meat. For those of you watching internationally, there's a phrase that we use here in the Philippines that means they did not scrimp on the crab or the meat. It's called hindi tinipid. And definitely this is hindi tinipid. It's a nice big crab actually. I imagine eating this with some Singaporean laksa. Or some Hokkien mee. Or chicken rice, why not? I bit into some shell. That's how excited I am. You will enjoy the different flavors of Tsinoy's chili crab. A nice blend of sweetness and spiciness, and also that savory, juicy, sweet crab meat. Gosh, man, you gotta have some of this. Look at all that juiciness inside, you can see it. If you want Singaporean chili crab, you might as well go ahead and check out Tsinoy's, a taste of the Orient. They'll have other good stuff in store for you very, very soon, so I suggest you go ahead and check out the link on the description to know how to contact them. And now for the verdict. Tsinoy Singaporean chili crab is very much like the ones being sold at hawkers in Singapore, and you definitely have to try it. The crab is fresh, the ingredients used are top quality, and you get the flavors that will transport you all the way to one of the most culinary diverse cultures in Southeast Asia. You'll be helping some of the guys too who are continuing to hustle and make good use of their talents to earn a livelihood despite the tough times. Also, as a Lockdown Munchies exclusive, if you buy Singaporean chili crab from Tsinoy, Taste of the Orient, include the hashtag the Migs Torres experience so you guys could get a discount. So go ahead and message them. Once again, I'll link their page on the description below. Up next, we go for an amazing home-cooked meal from Maechibog, another online seller that offers meals that are familiar to your taste buds and also will satisfy a lot of your cravings. Like what I had. I was craving for sisig, but I also wanted some lechon. Now, I talked to my brother Marcus, and he and my sister shared this order from Maechibog. It's Lechon Sisig. Now, these are 2 types that are gaining quite the notoriety around the world, and combining them together in one dish makes for an absolute adventure. Just look at that skin! Woo! The meat is also chunky and juicy. It's not some finely chopped meat with some rind and turned into sisig. It's huge chunks of lechon meat with some crackling skin. So here we have our lechon sisig from Maechibog, and of course, I just gotta eat it with rice. First thing that you would notice is it's made of real chunks of lechon. Now, first of all, I was expecting it to be chopped already, right, into finer pieces like the way sisig is, or the way I'm used to, or the sisig that I'm used to. But no, I was pleasantly surprised that this is actually made of huge chunks of, not sisig, huge chunks of lechon meat, like this one. Tender, juicy. Once I bit into it, it just melted, man. It's melt in your mouth meat. Let's have this leaner piece. It's still tender. I love it that you also get to taste other flavorings or other spices that they put in there. Of course, they chop some onions. Wow, tastes really good. Oh wow, tastes way better with the rice. It's also got some lechon skin, and I'm curious to know how it tastes like, especially with the rice. So, nice and crunchy. There's a layer of fat and meat just right below the skin. And when you bite into it, explosion of flavors, man. When you're streaming some movies on Netflix or whichever streaming service you have, this is a perfect companion, man. Imagine climax, dramatic, and then you just... I don't care what happens to the protagonist. This one is good. And I can think of 100 more situations where this would be a perfect companion, but I'll leave your imagination to most of it. And now for the verdict. I'm glad my sister shared this meal with me. It's a big container and she just sent me some of it. If you're looking for that authentic sisig flavor, this one has it. But it's made of juicy lechon. I recommend it if you're thinking about really foregoing that diet and just digging in. Allow yourself some indulgence because this is so good and comforting with warm rice. Ooh la la. If you want to try this Lechon Sisig from Maechibog, all you have to do is check out the description. I will link it there. Just scroll down, all right? To cap off our fine food finds part 2, here we have the Braised Beef Salpicao from Chuck's Kitchen. Chuck's Kitchen is also a new online seller that specializes in this one-of-a-kind classic salpicao. They've got other items that they will introduce very soon, but you just gotta get a load of this. Look, if you like your meat and you want it good, you can't go wrong with Chuck's Kitchen's beef salpicao. Why? Well, let's taste and see. So this is how it looks. So a whole tub is about 500 grams, okay? And that's a lot. It'll last you for about 2-3 servings. You can even probably stretch it to 4 servings. Depends on how big your appetite is, which for me is pretty big. All right, so these are nice, huge chunks of beef. And I'm thinking that since it's braised beef, you don't really braise tenderloin or filet mignon. You braise a lot of tougher parts like, for example, some chuck roast or short rib or brisket. So at first I thought that this was brisket, but when it got to me, I saw that there wasn't really much fat. Take a look at it. It's really, really lean, guys. But whatever it is, as long as it tastes good, it's still gonna be awesome. And also, take a look at those mushrooms, man. They're huge! Yeah! So the meat is still tender, but you still get enough of that beefy bite to enjoy. I'm a beef lover, so I really enjoy cuts of beef that are properly cooked. And when you say properly cooked, it's not like well done through and through all the time. Sometimes you gotta cook it a little more rare, like if you're cooking a ribeye or maybe a fillet, right? Especially if it doesn't have that much marbling. But if you're doing a braise or if you're doing a roast, you gotta cook it through and through nicely. It's got just the right saltiness. It's not the type of salty that would kind of like burn your tongue. This one was done just right. Let's try it with rice. It's even better with rice, man. Now the guys over at Chuck's Kitchen also suggest that you could use garlic bread. It's also good with garlic bread. I haven't tried it, so maybe you could also try that. But I'm more of a rice guy, so more rice. This is perfect as a meal, or if you want to have it for bar chow, it's gonna be okay as well. Although I have to say I love garlic and I would love to have a little more garlic here in this dish. Although it's not lacking, you still taste the garlic, it's just me and my tongue. I like more garlic, I really do. But on its own, still guaranteed 100% you'll enjoy this. This is proper salpicao, guys. And now for the verdict. Salpicao tastes done deliciously right. That's how I describe Chuck's Kitchen's beef salpicao. It's perfect for ulam or meal, but also exactly what you need for those inuman drinking sessions with your buddies over at Zoom or Meets. Or house party, yeah, why not? again, try it out with garlic bread too. I mean, I just ran out of garlic bread, so I wasn't able to do it. But if ever you do, go ahead and tell me in the comment section how it tastes like, alright? After you're done with your inuman sessions, of course. Just check out the link on the description so you know how to reach Chuck's Kitchen. Again, I'll link all the featured brands on the description below. Just visit their pages and order away. What fine food will we find next? Better stay tuned for more. That's why you should subscribe to this channel so you'll have your dose of food all the time. Support local sellers just like these. Remember, you can do so much even with just a little imagination. Eat well and I'll see you again soon.